Hello guys, welcome back again. This is Beyond the Noise 59. Today we're going to focus on Spirituality Wednesday, the awakening, the inner light, the ancient soul and the modern mind. Before we go further, we used to have ancient technologies, ancient minds, people in the ancient worlds. Nowadays things have evolved in the modern world. So we have forsaken our ancient technology, customs and traditions. So today we're going to show you what our ancestors used to do before the modern technology and modern civilization and after colonization. Yeah. Alongside here is my friend Okaru.
Yeah, thanks for having me. As a pleasure always.
Yeah.
We've really worked towards ensuring that we enhance and promote the Kenyan society in ways we can, and that's why we have purposefully engineered this podcast together with its segments and episodes so that we can enlighten as well as educate our listeners and viewers, right?
Yes.
Now, Omambia, as we dive into the spirituality sphere of the human life, tell us, what is your understanding as far as ancient and modern spirituality is concerned?
Before in the long ancient times, our ancestors used to pray in nature. They used to connect with trees. The divine moment was with us. So that is what I can basically say, that nature, spirituality is you connecting God and yourself directly. God is with us everywhere we go. So that is how people used to connect with nature. And that is the true spirituality that has been taken from us.
Right. Omambia, at the start of the episode, you did talk about awakening our inner light.
Yes.
And then we talked about the ancient soul, which is something that we should all agree on because our souls are ancient, Now, we have also talked about the modern mind now. Those three combinations make up the spirituality room of a person,
Yes.
Omambia,
Yes.
when we talk about the inner light,
Yes.
What is your perception on that topic, the inner light?
The inner light is it's the inner. I can say from my understanding, the inner light is something that has been suppressed. Customs that have not been accredited. There's something that is, the light, something from inside that needs to be.
Could be termed as the inner abilities, the possibilities that are suppressed, inwards. That is basically.
I can also, it's your inner light is like your pathway. How do you feel from yourself inside? Someone can say that, do you believe in God? But in yourself, you're not a believer. So that is something from you inside that's showing you this is the path to follow, that this way you should go, this way. So that is why you are focusing on your inner light, because if you focus from within, already if you conquer the body from within, outside, everything outside there will be easy. That's how you can conquer everything.
You see, Omambia, when we are talking about spirituality, we have had phases of spirituality evolution. We have had ancient spiritual beliefs. The way our ancient ancestors used to go about and used to observe their spiritual needs. Now, could you expound more deeply as to how you understand the ancient world used to adhere to their spiritual needs?
Like the ancient world in Africa. I'll focus mainly on Africa. The ancient world in Africa, where people used to worship, not worship, but they used to go outside, maybe under the sun, under a mugumo tree. they believe that Mugumo tree was a sacred place of worship. And, you know, those are the traditional practices that we have. That was the African traditional spirituality. People just go outside. Maybe there was a spiritual leader who could guide people on how we should worship God. Also give thanks. There was also sacrifices, you know. Before you slaughter something, you must ask yourself why you slaughtered that thing. You know, spirituality is connected very deep in our roots. Yeah, that's why, you know, people don't believe in spirituality because it's not even enshrined in our communities. Because if somebody talks about spiritual, you're like, are you spiritual? What is it about? Witchcraft, wizardry? Yeah, that is the basic idea of the spirituality people have. But according to the ancient world and the ancient technologies, spirituality was whereby people could talk directly to God without an intercessor, whereby we have pastors, priests, people could,
True. Now, Omambia, what you brought along is something so critical in a way that, you see, you've talked about the ancient ways of connecting to the most supreme being that we all know, or the force that keeps driving the human life. Yeah. Now, you see, what people need to understand, especially our viewers and listeners, is that we have a very, very, very big difference between spirituality and religion. We've said that more than a million times, if we might say. And the difference is that whereas religion focuses on denominations, classes, and divisions according to maybe family values, societal perception, and even communal understanding, spirituality is more of all those combined. It is about somebody's belief, regardless to the religion or the soul of those surrounding him or her. Their belief to the supreme force and how they connect and communicate with the force, right? That is what we mean by spirituality. Now, people,
you know, it's a basic idea, because they you know, these white people came here and they tell us that we must die to go in heaven. That you must, that you know, that you must be a good slave. You must be, you know, that was part of the brainwashing. Because I guess Africans had their way of worshiping and doing everything. How comes, you know, this distortion of spirituality is because of the Western civilization and the African civilization, whereby our records were suppressed, hidden knowledge was suppressed, whereby, you know, Kenya is a very important nation to the world, because even in the ancient times, people believed that there was time traveling in Kenya, whereby we connect to other portals that are not here in presence in our world. You know, we live in a universe, and the universe is a big thing. Even Earth is within a universe. So imagine how big the universe is.
So huge.
Yeah, it's very huge. It's very huge. And also, you know, our records were suppressed. That's why we don't have a lot of information. That's why we, at least now, this is the generation that is awakening up. We are trying to uncover and dig deep so that we know what happened. What did our ancestors do wrong? What happened? You know, we cannot say that our ancestors did wrong. Our ancestors were here long before the colonizers came. They practiced spirituality.
They did.
Now, where everything was other guidelines. You know, you could not do this. You could not slaughter a cow without following certain procedures. You know, those things are there. You know, the modern civilization, whereby we abandoned our culture, we absorbed the modern civilization.
Now, Omambia, to add on that,
Yes.
or rather to extend
Yes.
my sentiments,
Yes.
I would want to talk about the war between peace and chaos, as much as spirituality is concerned. Now, people might want to ask, why the jump? Why are you talking about war and peace? I mean chaos and peace, whereas we are talking about spirituality. Now, Omambia, you see, in relation to spirituality, the body is, as it is known, the vessel that houses all the other organs that help in a human life. Yeah?
Yes.
Now, these organs together make up a person, right? Now, the person that is made up of the organs is the one that entangles or alienates themselves to the Supreme Being. You see, as much as we are talking spirituality, I don't want to talk about God or Buddha or whoever. Let's talk about the Supreme Being, yeah? Some force that is driving all the existential life in the universe. Now, the peace and chaos that erupts are within the human body, isn't it? Now, you might want to ask, the peace, how does it come in, and the chaos, how does it come in? Now, the peace, from my understanding, is that people tend to have a peaceful, or rather a smooth understanding with the Creator, right? And then there are those people who have rough experiences with the Creator, in such a way that you find that your life, you've given your life to the Supreme Force, and things are not running as smooth as you might have thought. Yeah? That is now the chaos, right?
Additional to the war and the peace, war between peace and chaos in the modern society. You know, this the issue of spirituality has brought many wars and peace, because there's a difference between religion where people fight. And they say that Jesus was not a messenger. Others say Jesus was a messenger. That distortion of information. Yeah, you know, even if you read the Bible, even the Quran, even the Bugista for the Indians, I don't know, there are many holy books. We come to connect that God is only one.
Yes.
So these disparities that come, that you say that your prophet was better than ours, it doesn't make sense. All these things are there to divide and conquer you. Spiritually. You know, if people can conquer your spirit, they can control you. That's why you see here in our different countries, you know, this is when a spiritual realm whereby even these big people in the government, they have cults, they have altars. You know, you're seeing blood is being shed recklessly. You're wondering how come people are dying recklessly. All these things are done to appease maybe their gods, the spirits. You know, these spirits are there, and everything has to be done to appease them. So this is not something that is new. It's something that is there. So that I can say people should awaken their mind, see beyond the dimension, and think outside the box. You know, don't within that box that things are like this.
Right. Now, to move forward from that point, let's jump right into the main difference. Not really concerning religion, but rather on spirituality. We have the ancient stillness and the modern science. Those are two different words, apart. Yeah. Now the ancient, I'm gonna have to let you talk about the ancient stillness, whereas I will elaborate to our viewers and listeners on modern science. Omambia, what is your take on the ancient stillness as much as spirituality is concerned?
You know, the ancient stillness is there, whereby you are calm, peace. Stillness is just you're in a calm state.
The calmness.
That is part of my spirituality, whereby you meditation. So meditation is not something that is new, something that is there. So spirituality and meditation go hand in hand.
True.
Whereby if you meditate, you unlock your mind, you connect with your body. You know, your body is as the soul, so everything becomes active. Yeah, that is the stillness, the ancient stillness, whereby meditation is not something new. Even the ancient Egyptian practice meditation in the temples. Even here in our African societies, meditation was there, but you know, records are not there to prove. I don't have history is not there that I can prove. So people used to practice meditation, but from the look of things, you can say it was a practice. Meditation was there because it was there because, you know, for example, you see the Roman Empire was big. It expanded up to Africa. You know, Africa people were chill. They are nothing. They were just grazing their cows. They're with wild animals.
Now, to add on that, Omambia, before I go into the modern science, from my understanding, the ancient stillness refers to the calmness and the tranquility in which the ancient people used to conduct their spiritual businesses. The way they used to do it was so calm. It was so smooth, so to say, and it was rather natural, and physical, rather than let's talk about the modern thoughts. They used to connect more so with nature, as a means of communicating with their supreme forces that they believed used to exist. Now, you see, with the modern chaos, revolution of mankind, civilization, talk about technology, talk about religion, and so many other components that have made up the modern life so sophisticated and complicated for the normal human understanding. We have an introduction to religion, you see, which came with the missionaries. It was introduced to us, whereas we as Africans used to practice spirituality rather than practicing religion. Now, talk about medicine. Nowadays, you see there is evolution in medical technology, whereby it is influencing even the people themselves to doubt the existence of a supreme force, because let's face it, we have a creation of new medical substances that can actually work miracles that are usually initially attributed to a living supreme force. Now we have the construction of synagogues. We have Hindus, they have temples. We have churches, mosques, and so on. I mean, all those things, they are modern, because when you look at the stillness in the ancient life, people used to simply walk into nature and they maybe lie down, kneel, or whatever they used to do. You see, people used to look for the healthiest animal if it was to be slaughtered and maybe sacrificed for many purposes that they used to think of. Come back to modernity, you know, we have robots, we have the UFOs, we have rockets, and so many other flying objects and drones that can actually create an impression to the ancient people, if they are still existing, that maybe that is that is a god right there, you see, because they are flying, they probably don't have a pilot, and they are maybe blinking or creating graphics in the sky, you see. That confuses an ancient mind or soul as far as spirituality is concerned, right?
And on the ancient stillness, I'll talk about the Titarian Empire. It was an empire before before the Egyptians, and the Titarian Empire was there. You know, that is history that is not in the public domain, but you can go and Google the Titarian Empire. It's an empire that had technology, spirituality. They had classified buildings in even Kenya, like the Kenya archives. It is inspired by the Titarian Empire because that was a unique monument. If you go in Brazil, you find the same monument. You know, those are the ancient technologies and ancient forces that were left here. Yeah, you know, even in Kenya, we still have the ancient forces whereby our ancestors were tortured. They were raped. They were all sorts of things you can say.
Yeah.
All this could not have happened because of the distortion of the spirits, whereby people came. They told you that you are worshiping this God is not the God you are supposed to worship. They told you that Jesus was white. I have never seen Jesus. You don't have the real picture of Jesus.
And then they get to talk about the devil or Satan being black or dark. You see, there is a controversy, and it's so contrary to what the Africans used to believe. We used to believe that we had probably a black God and maybe Satan. If the evil was there, definitely there had to be a dark force, right?
That is brainwashing.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Omambia, you see, we can't conclude spirituality Wednesday without talking about the modern awakening. What do we mean by the modern awakening, viewers and listeners? We mean this by integrating the old and the new methods of observing and conducting spirituality activities in terms of worshipping, communicating, and interacting with your supreme force that you might believe in. And we are going to say that you don't need to abandon the modern ways for you to communicate with the supreme force, right? You don't need to abandon the ancient ways for you to communicate with your supreme force. What we want to say today is that you can work hand in hand with those two methodologies and activities to foster and advance your spiritual needs. By this we mean you can actually get to worship your being that you believe in outside a designated area, isn't it?
Yes.
You don't need to go to a church because there is modernity dictates.
You know, we go to church because of fellowship. You want fellowship with others. Maybe there's a peer and counseling where you share ideas. But if you want to pray, you can pray anyway. Just take a room, take a mat, go down.
Right. You can even do it in nature. In a forest, you can kneel somewhere, you can sit somewhere, you can just chill. You meditate. as we keep talking about meditation,
remember,
you focus and then you talk to your living supreme being, the one you believe in.
Yeah, because
the force that
your
drives
body,
you.
because your body is the temple of God.
Yeah.
And that is something that people don't take seriously. God dwells in us. Yeah, because when we die, the spirit lives, the body here. The spirit never dies. That is the thing you should know. Yeah.
Yeah, and what we want to encourage our viewers is that you can merge the ancient wisdom together with the modern awareness, the present awareness, for us to advance and enhance our spiritual awareness. God isn't white. That is a blatant lie. And the devil isn't as dark and black as they portray him to be. What we can say is that there is good and evil. That is in the public domain. It is the general domain. And now for you to practice good virtues, yeah, that means you are practicing the lordly side of your supreme force. Yeah. Now, for you to be wishing others demise, wishing others agony, envy, and maybe trying to sabotage other people's efforts, now you must be operating from the evil side of the force, right? Yeah. Omambia, what can you add before we wind up today's episode?
I'll say, our minds and our bodies is how we influence it, because everything is about your mindset. If you say something is negative, it becomes negative. You say it's positive, it becomes positive. So from today, and what I'll conclude is that spirituality is a wide topic. Yeah, we cannot exhaust it today. Yeah, and also I'll tell you that go and research more on the spirituality, on the modern ancient spirituality, even in Africa, mostly in Kenya. Because Kenya has many secrets that have been hidden. Like for example, the Hell's Gate in Kenya, the Hell's Gate. First, the Hell's Gate is in Nakuru, not in Naivasha, as they say, because people used to believe in the ancient times that the ancient where the Hell's Gate is located, it's a connection to another realm, whereby you time travel. Time traveling is something that is possible, but people don't believe it because it's more than spiritual. You need more spiritual awareness to believe in that thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, that's very, very insightful. Thanks for that. Now, people, to add on that, as I conclude, let me just say that spirituality is a health discipline. Chronic stress weakens the immunity, while meditation and concentration, as far as spirituality is concerned, boosts your serotonin and endorphins. Those are the two components that make your body tranquil and calm for concentration and deeper integration, as well as refreshment of the body, mind and soul, so that you can have a smooth communication and integration, as well as linkage to your supreme being. Now, for decades, African herbalists and most people, even in modernity, view the body as the temple for the spirit, isn't it? Now, for us to keep it linkable to the living forces that drive the universe and everything, cosmetic life, cosmo life, we need to cleanse it, we need to nourish it and honor it fully. By cleansing, we mean you have to keep it healthy, clean, obviously, and most importantly, you have to keep it strong. Now, to nourish it is to make it more what? Omambia.
Nourishing something is make it become something
more tractable, more admirable, and sure. And to honor it, obviously, is to avoid and prevent yourself from engaging in destructive and distasteful activities. Thanks, viewers and listeners, for today's episode, for your company and for your support. Join us on our next episode, and also subscribe, like, and comment on all our social media platforms.
Yes.
We are found in every social media platform at Beyond the Noise.
At Beyond the Noise 59.
Yeah.
TikTok,
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and at YouTube. You find that at Beyond 59. Beyond the Noise 59, right?
Yeah. Guys, please subscribe.
Support us. Share.
Subscribing is free.
Even supporting, liking is free.
Everything is free.
Commenting is free. Sharing is free. Kindly.
Atuombe domain.
Sindio? Tafadhali to support, to pay your subscription, to pay your like, to commentie. Let us grow together. Na mambo ikijipa Mungu atatukubalia. We will always appreciate you back.
Inshallah.